a different view, at least on our way. We are heading down to Stenny's right now, and we're going to be there in just a little bit. This morning, the show is going to be live from Stenny's. Welcome to opening day. Brewers take. Oh boy, how the weekend has changed, right? Brewers take 2 out of 3 over the Cubs over the weekend, which was nice, and now it's like the statewide holiday begins today. As we're going to be at Stenny's second and National Walker's Point today. Excuse me for the frog in my throat a little bit. I think I caught something over the weekend. We're going to be at Stenny's second and National Walker's Point. Come on down. You hear me talk about them all the time in the program. They run shuttles to the games. So you come on down. They've got award-winning Bloody Marys, in case you did not know, and you haven't had one. They're spectacular. They have got the cheese bread, which I aptly named years ago, which is awesome. The best wings you're ever going to have. But you can just come down and get some fare, get some food, and hang out with a lot of Brewers fans. And here's the best part: say you don't have a ticket to the game. That's fine. Come on down, take the shuttle over to the game, walk around, tailgate, party a little bit, and then after that, come back to Stenny's and watch the game and hang out with us. We're going to have my buddy Chuck Freeman. Chucker and I are going to be back together, and we're going to do it again this year. Another opening day. Kevin Holden from CBS 58 is going to join us as well. So Kevin's coming down, but this morning we are going to just go enjoy ourselves. We're going to have a fun time, talk some Brewers baseball. Hayden, good for you. Dave, how we looking? Go Brewers. It took 16 innings for the Brewers, which set a franchise record, 16 scoreless innings before this franchise finally let the dam break, and they started scoring runs, and then they put up 9 on the board yesterday. They needed all of them damn near to get the win. But hey, anytime you take 2 out of 3 from the Cubs, and all the Cubs fans who were flying the W, flying it on Thursday, were very silent. Very, very, very silent over the weekend, which I like. So anyway, we are heading down and just going to enjoy ourselves. It's opening day. I remember my very first one, my very first opening day. I was working for the flagship station at the time, and it was County Stadium. It was one of the last years of County Stadium. I think at the second or third last year at County Stadium, as a matter of fact, because County Stadium or Miller Park opened in 2001. So it was back in the old days when you used to have to set up this van. They had this van. Just an old work van, but it had the tower in it, and you raise the tower and you point it towards the radio tower, and that's how we sent our signal back and forth. And it was cold. I mean, it was really, really cold, and snow flurries, and sitting outside. We had a tent outside at that point, and the broadcast. Myself, Len Casper, the voice now of the Chicago White Sox, but then had gone to the Miami Marlins, and where they won a championship. And then he went with the Cubs, where they won a championship. So maybe he'll end up winning a championship with the White Sox. Who knows? But myself, Len Casper, we had just such a great team back then. Morgan, how we looking? From Omaha. Nice. But we sat in this van, and I just remember Euchre came out, and a couple of the players, I think it was Jeremy Burnitz, Mark Loretta had come out and said hello. Rob, how we doing? But it was just, that's when the players used to come out, and the players are always excited for opening day. We were just talking about this last night, just how times have changed. You'll get one of the broadcasters, you'll get one of the front office people, but the players don't come out anymore. They don't, they don't want to be bothered with this stuff. Stacy, we'll see you guys down there. But it was a cold morning, and Burnitz, I think it was Burnitz. I know Loretta was there. I know Mark Loretta came out, and I know Euchre came out. Jim Powell was with us, who was Bob Euchre's sidekick at the time. So they were all there, and we just had such a fun time, and it was just such a different time, and it was such an accessible time. And we were just talking about that last night, just how things have changed. It's not just with the Brewers, it's in general. Part of it's security. I understand that. The other part of it is, players, if they're not getting paid, they don't want to do anything. if the team isn't making money on it somehow, they don't see the bigger picture anymore. There's a loss of touch, because that's how you find out like the inside stories, and the inside stories as such, you know, that don't really get covered by the team, because now all the teams have their own people. You know, all the teams have their own right. Like Adam McCalvy writes for the team, and I love Adam. Adam's fantastic, but the smartest thing the Brewers did was bring Adam in house. Adam is a very logical. He understands what the Brewers are doing, why they're doing it. And it's not that he's a mouthpiece; it's that he's looking at things from the team perspective. And that's honest. There's honesty to that. But sometimes you don't have time to find all the cool stories. And I used to love finding out stuff about guys. Obviously you ask them about the season, you ask them about their at bats, you ask them about spring training and the clubhouse, but then you find out about somebody's brother who played with somebody who knew somebody who was a friend of somebody here in Milwaukee or something. Just cool stories that we just don't get a chance to really track down anymore. And that's the only thing that I miss about the accessibility for things like this, things like opening day. But opening day, there's an excitement. And it's not just that, the official start of baseball has already been coming on. But what we love is when the Brewers come back home, and it's kind of the kickoff to our summer. And it's letting us know that warmer weather is ahead. Actually, speaking of that, we're not going to get any snow today. It's going to be in the low to mid 50s, which is not bad for this time of year. Low to mid 50s, and albeit a little bit overcast and a chance of rain later on tonight. But it's not a bad day. I mean, you and I have lived through worse. I mean, I even go back to the day when we first started the Bill Michaels Sports Talk Network, and we were at Health Fair Field for years, remember? And God, I can remember some days at Health Fair Field where the wind was blowing so hard we couldn't even open the doors because it would rip the doors off the hinges. And we were just sitting inside the lobby of Health Fair Field and really not seeing any fans because you couldn't open the doors. And it was kind of brutal. And the parking lot was, while it was packed with cars, you couldn't put up tents, you couldn't throw baseball, you couldn't throw football. It was just way too nasty. People just sat in their cars and drank, and they would get out, grill, check their hot dogs, and jump back into their car. But I've also had a lot of good opening days where it's been nice like this. It's not windy. It's not bad temperature-wise. You can throw on a shirt like I have underneath my Brewers pullover today, and you're going to be fine. Look at the traffic on westbound 94. Holy mackerel. Must be an accident. It's just backing up and backing up and backing up. Something must have happened. So anyway, we are going to be down at Stenny's today. Down there, 2nd and National, Walker's Point, and I encourage you, if you're a Brewers fan, come on down. We're going to have a terrific time. The show's going to be aired from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., as it always does, and we're going to have just a good time. But for the most part, it's just a lot of Brewers fans getting together. Everybody's got optimism. Brewers right now, like I said, 2-1 on the season, the game above it up. The new 300. They lead all of baseball in salary, well over $300 million, well over $300 million. And the minuscule, tiny, small market Milwaukee Brewers are going to take on that team in a 3-game series at American Family Field. I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully you are as well. Jason, good temp, good beers, good opener. There we go. How we looking? Anything else, guys? As we cruise along 94, going eastbound into Milwaukee. Anything else, huh? Anything else today? Nothing? We all good? Nice. Well, good morning, and we hope to see you a little bit later on today down at Stenny's. Again, we're going to be down there today for the show. They run shuttles to the game. The Bloody Marys are going to be flowing. The beer is going to be flowing. And if you're going to the game, come on down and take the shuttle over. If you're not going to the game, come on down, take the shuttle over, walk around, tailgate a little bit, come on back. And if you just want to come down and watch the game and hang out, that's a great place to do it. It's Milwaukee's best sports bar. Okay? Mike, meet you at Stenny's. So that'll do it. All right. Great ride along today. I'm getting into the downtown traffic, so I'm gonna say see you later. Brandon, good morning. Drive safe. Yeah, I agree with that. And we will talk again later on today. Don't forget, 10 a.m. this morning. If you don't have the app, if for whatever reason you live in an area that goes to Milwaukee Brewers baseball and you still want to watch the game but listen to this program, download the Zone Madison, WOZN, the Zone Madison, and you can catch the app and listen to the program. And I think we got all the bugs worked out, so it won't switch over to another program. so we'll get all that taken care of for sure. UConn, I got UConn winning it all, Kendall. I picked UConn from the very beginning. I had UConn winning it all my very first pick was UConn. So, and people said I was an idiot and called me a moron, and I put that away in the Rolodex of my memory. That people thought I was a moron for that. But now look at where we're at. So if UConn wins, I'm actually 2 out of my 4 pools. I have the money. So if UConn wins tonight, 2 out of my 4 basketball pools, I'm going to win some cash. So I'm kind of fired up. I'm excited about tonight too. Yeah, we haven't even really mentioned that. Got Brewers baseball on our mind. Nothing new on the Aaron Rodgers front, really. So it was sad to see John Brockington of the former Green Bay Packer pass away. The Buckeyes, I saw that, and that made me kind of sad. It's really cool because my buddy Gary Ellerson years ago gave me a John Brockington autographed Ohio State jersey, and it means a lot to me. I still have it hanging. So I love that. But anyway, that's kind of a quick wrap. All right, heading down, getting ready to pass American Family Field here in a couple of minutes. But hope to see you down at Stenny's today. Second and National. Walker's Point. Come on down and say hi. See you.